Hi, Queen Ganusa here. We're talking today about being able to go the extra mile. If you want to succeed at anything, you're going to have to be able to go the extra mile. You're going to have to be able to push past your fears, push past your stumbling blocks, push past the naysayers. We live in a world that is constantly making noise. We live in a world that constantly is set up for us to fail and for us not to be able to achieve our dreams, our goals, our God-given talent, and our destiny is a lot of times left unfulfilled. I was asked once, what is it that I want to be remembered about me? I want to be remembered as a woman that was on the move for a change. I want it to be said that I finished well, that lives was changed, that people were led to a better way of life. I want to be remembered as a trailblazer that helps you to achieve your goals, your God-given talents, your greatness that's on the inside of you. And that's how I would choose to be remembered. But you have to know what your passion is. So do you know what your passion is? Passion is something that you can do whether or not you got paid for it or not. Passion is something that you could do regardless to how you felt. You know, passion is going to keep you moving when you really don't feel like moving. That's what passion does for you. And when you're passionate about something, that passion becomes your fuel that pushes you to the next level. So I want you to be passionate about the things that is great on the inside of you. I want you to be passionate and find your passion. And when you find your passion, you'll find where you should be working at. Passion, what is it? Passion. Do you realize that you're supposed to be passionate about the things in your life that's important to you? So whether it's on a personal level or a business level, I want to ask the question, what is it that you're passionate about? What is it that you would do regardless to what? Is there anything in your life that you would do no matter what? Is it anything in your life right now that you feel like is worth fighting for? Because you have to have a purpose. You have to have passion. You know, people talk about depression. People talking about not feeling like you belong. People feeling like that you feel like that you're just existing, that you're just barely getting by. That's because you're not passionate about anything. Find your passion, and some of that will resolve itself. We're here to help you find solutions to your problem. And if your problem is that you feel like that you're nobody, if you feel like that there's nothing important about your life, there's nothing going on, there's nothing that you have to offer the world, it's because that you have not found your purpose and your passion yet. And so your purpose and your passion is so important to your journey. You need to know your purpose. You need to know what you're passionate about to be able to start your journey. In order for you to operate in your greatness, you have to still know your passion and your purpose and understand your greatness. Now, I want you to understand that there is a brainwashing that has taken place your whole entire life. So it's not your fault that you don't know who you are. It's not your fault that you don't know your passion. It's not your fault that you don't realize that there's greatness on the inside of you. But after you listen to this video, guess what? It is your fault, because this video is teaching you that you've been brainwashed by society. You've been brainwashed by everything that's in your life up to this point. You've been brainwashed not to push past. You've been brainwashed to settle. You've been brainwashed to feel like that everybody's the same. Everybody is not the same, and everybody does not have your greatness operating on the inside of them, because it's unique. It's unique to your DNA. It's unique to who you are. So therefore, you have to operate in your own greatness. You can't operate in my greatness. We're not the same person. We don't have the same DNA. We don't have the same blueprint operating in our life. So with that being said, you've got to understand who you are. The reason why you don't know who you are is because of the brainwashing that has taken place. We have been made slaves to a system that we don't understand. We have been taught not to make any noise, just to go with the flow, just to accept what has been handed down to us, just to not make waves. That's not the life that you're supposed to be living. You were created to stand out, not to fit in. And I said over and over and over, you were created to stand out, not to fit in. It's time for you to make your mark on this world. What is your mark going to be? What is it that you're going to leave behind? What will they say about you when your life is over? Will they say that you were a person that didn't make any waves? Will they even remember that you were here at all? So you have to, from this point on, you have to move past the brainwashing. You have got to reprogram your mind. You have got to change the way you think about yourself. You've got to reprogram. You have to reboot. You have got to delete all of the wrong information that has been programmed into this database called your brain. You have got to delete some information and put the correct information in so you can make good quality decisions and choices about your life that will allow you to move in a positive direction versus the direction that you've been going that leads to nowhere. Look, you have two paths in life. You have a path that leads to nowhere. You're just there, you're just existing, you're just barely getting by, but you're not going anywhere. Then you have a path that leads to your purpose, your passion, and your greatness, which is up to you to decide if you want to just exist or if you want to live your life. When you decide to pick that you want to live your life, your passion, your dreams, your greatness, all of it becomes made manifest in your life, and you start moving. You start moving and changing not just your life, but you start changing the lives of the people that's all around you. You become a change agent. You become someone that's alive and vital in the life of other people. You become the solution to other people's problems, not only yours, but for generations to come. You're paving the way and you're showing them that you have this piece of the puzzle, but those who comes after you is going to have another piece of the puzzle. And as long as we keep adding and adding and adding, we will actually be going somewhere, and we will actually be a movement that is changing lives around the world. We will actually be instrumental in change. You know what? If you stay silent, that's the same as you condoning it. If you don't fight against injustice, then you're condoning injustice. If you don't fight against inequality, then you're condoning inequality. Whatever it is that you choose to be silent about, your silence is your choice. And that's what I need you to understand. So when you decide to live a passive life where you don't make any noise, you don't do anything, then you're choosing not to make an impact on the world in which you live. So then what was your actual purpose for entering into this world? You were brought into this world for you to make an impact on this world and to put your blueprint on this world that teaches and shows someone else the way. It's about helping your fellow man. It's about showing someone else the way. It's not about you just making it. It's about the lives that you touch along the way. So I ask you the question, how many lives have you touched along the way? Look, are you going to just be a bystander in your own life? I don't want you making decisions and choices about my life. Because look, if it's a decision and choice that I made about my own life and it comes time for me to deal with the consequence, I can deal with that consequence because it's a decision that I made. So I tell everybody, you have to weigh out your choices and your decisions. You need to come up with everything that could possibly go wrong. If those things go wrong, can you live with the consequences of it going wrong? If you can't, you need to choose a different choice. If you can deal with it, if it goes wrong, if you can take the risk, if you can take the chance that if it goes wrong, you're still going to be okay, then and only then should you make that decision. So I'm telling you, it's time for you to make a choice in your life. You can choose to live a life of passion. You can choose to live a life of purpose. You can choose to live in your greatness and impact the world in which you live, or you can choose to just get by. The choice is yours, and no choice is wrong or right, but you have to decide. Stop being led by other people who do not have your best interests at heart. You and you alone are supposed to have your best interests at heart. No one's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. You've got to believe in you. You've got to believe in your greatness. You've got to have passion, purpose, and live your life intentionally. So it's time for you to make a choice about the life that you want. Don't go off of what somebody else said. Who are you and what is it that you desire? What are you passionate about? And which direction do you want your life to go in? It's time for your life to change. This has been One Life Agency, encouraging you to live your best life now, encouraging you to be one life. Live it intentionally. Live it on purpose. Walk in your greatness. Again, remember, you only have one life. So call us at One Life Agency or visit us on the World Wide Web, onelifeagency.com. We look forward to talking to you and helping you to live your best life now. Remember, be one life. You only have one. Until the next time, take care of you.